Today we are in this 2024 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy. And if you are in the market for a family luxury SUV, this is one of the best ones to get, period. Okay, video over. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Paul's Place YT for some upcoming... No, just kidding, guys. This is an excellent SUV, and I'm really excited to show you around it today. So let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at the exterior. So the Calligraphy is one of the top trims on the Palisade. I believe there is one more above this one. I forget what it's called. And this color is steel graphite. I've always liked the look of the Palisade ever since it came out. I think back in 2019, I believe. It's just a very attractive three-row SUV from Hyundai. And you do get a bit of a refresh front here. I believe they did that in 2023. And it looks excellent. You get LED headlights as well as LED DRLs with LED turn signals as well. You do get Hankook Venice, what is this? Venice N1 S1 Noble 2 tires. These are 20-inch wheels. This is a really nice wheel and tire combination, and it looks really nice. You do have turn signals integrated into the mirrors as well. Go ahead and take a look at the trunk. With the third row up, you do get a decent amount of cargo space, which is a nice change of pace considering I just reviewed a Toyota Sequoia last week that was actually larger physically than this, but had less cargo space. But under here you do get plenty of storage with some tools for your flat tire or whatever, which this does come with a spare tire, which is nice to see. And you do get power folding third rows as well, with a 12-volt outlet and the ability to fold the second row captain's chairs down as well to reveal a ton of cargo space. It's really nice. Go ahead and fold these back up and take that down. Gas cap here. There's no capless fuel filler system, but it is what it is. Doors open pretty wide. They're not like 90 degrees like the Hondas, but they're wide enough where you can get in and get out fairly easy. You do get second row captain's chairs that are heated and ventilated. We'll go ahead and start with the third row here. We'll go ahead and hit that button, slides that up, pushes it forward, and you can climb on back here. Very easy to get in. And we'll go ahead and put this up here. Back here with the second row slid, this is all the way back. I am 6 foot. It is a little bit cramped. My head is hitting the roof just ever so slightly, actually. And there is flexibility. This second row passenger can move up a little bit more to have a little bit more leg room. But it is a little bit cramped. You do get a couple cup holders, an adjustable backrest. Holy cow! And you do get third row heated seats. I've never seen that. That's really, really cool. Along with a USB port. And yeah, it's actually comfortable back here. If I had a little bit more leg room or, I could just sprawl out, I would actually have no problem being back here for even a couple hours, 3 hours, even on a 8-hour road trip, really. Especially with heated seats. That's absolutely crazy. That's really, really cool. But in order to get out, all you got to do is press this button and it slides forward, and you can easily get in and out of the vehicle. Just slide this back. Go ahead and check out the third row here, or second row here. You get sunshades here as well. A couple cup holders, which is nice. A couple mat pockets. Some chargers in the seats. Like I said, these are heated and ventilated back here. A outlet and a 12-volt outlet as well, along with some climate controls. You got some little nets here and adjustable armrests. This is really nice. This is actually really, really comfortable. This model does have the sunroof, panoramic sunroof here, back here, which is really neat. There's a shot of the dash. Very nice, very updated, very sleek and simple for the amount of technology that is in here. Let's go ahead and check out what's under the hood. So under the hood is a 3.8 liter V6 mated to a 8-speed transmission. Makes about 291 horsepower, gets 19 city, 24 on the highway, and this week I've been averaging about 22. It's actually not too bad for its size, and you know, it's peppy enough, but we'll get into that when we get on the road. Let's go ahead and take a look at the driver's seat here. The driver's seat is memory and it's very comfortable. These are Napa leather seats, heated, ventilated, and the driver is massaging as well. All you got to do is just press this button and your butt and your back will get massaged. There's like 3 different modes: your butt, your back, or your butt and back to get massaged, which is really nice. You do get an adjustable thigh rest here, which is very nice for long trips. I've been in this car 15 hours and put 422 miles on it. And this is one of the most comfortable cars I've been in quite some time. You do get a Harmon Kardon stereo system that is the best stereo system I have ever heard. Up front here, you're greeted with a very nice gauge cluster and a 12.3-inch infotainment system that is really nice. It's pretty darn responsive as well. You do get a 360 cam with guidance lines and stuff. What does this button do? Whoa, okay, I'd never played with that. That's actually pretty cool. Huh. Anyways, you get that as well. In this infotainment here, you also get this passenger talk feature where the sound from the front microphone will be picked up through the driver's voice and play it through the rear speakers so your passengers can hear you. I'll go ahead and show you the different gauge cluster things you can do. This also has a heads-up display too that you can customize pretty much anything you want on the heads-up display, which is really nice. You go into the content selection here, you get turn-by-turn navigations and all. I just like the speed and the sign readout. I don't really like that much stuff up on my windshield, but it's so nice that you can customize this. Go ahead into the cluster here. You can choose between the different themes, I guess. You can use these cubes, which is interesting. I'm not sure what that's all about, but maybe you guys in the comments can tell me why they chose cubes or something, if there's some like historical thing. I don't know. Link to drive mode, you get classic A, which is white, which I find that to be way too bright at night. B, which is sporty, which is it looks really nice, but doesn't really fit the theme of the car. And C, which I like, and it makes it feel elegant and kind of ties the interior in. So I just chose that gauge cluster there. Man, there's a whole bunch of settings, and I could go through this and bore you guys with a bunch of the different things you can do in here, but it is very customizable. Everything is in here is very customizable. Like I said, it's responsive. The stereo is absolutely amazing, and I'm really happy with it in general. You do get a auto-dimming mirror with the digital mirror, with the option to have a digital mirror up there as well, which is really nice. You do get HomeLink as well to open your garage doors, and which is really cool. Continuing down here, you do get dual zone climate control, and this is touchscreen here, which is really neat. I like to just keep it on auto. It does a good job managing itself. You do get your gearbox selection switches right there. I don't really particularly care for this type of stuff. I just wish they gave me either a circle or an actual gear shift, but it is what it is. It does have auto brake hold and your drive mode selector, hill descent control, parking sensors, the stop start can be turned off, and you do get parking assist, which is really nice. You do get heated and ventilated front seats as well as a heated steering wheel. That's how you would control it there. And up front here, you do get a very nice storage compartment with a USB port and a wireless charger, and 2 places to put some drinks, which is really nice. These kind of go out of the way so you can put stuff in there. You do get a nice size center console down here with a couple 12-volt outlets and a decent sized glove box that's illuminated. I gotta say, guys, the materials in here are absolutely incredible. Nothing in this car rattles or squeaks or anything. The headliner is like this soft, plush microfiber suede material. It is the softest headliner I have ever seen in any car. Like I've had a bunch of people in here because I'm like, guys, you got to check this thing out. This thing's really cool. First thing they do is touch the headliner. It's like a pillow. It's unbelievable. Even the visor mirrors here are illuminated, by the way, but are lined with this material, and it's so comfortable. Absolutely crazy. A kind of cool thing that I've noticed with this infotainment system is you can use it has this menu of like sounds of nature, and I hope I don't get content ID'd or copyrighted for this, but you can choose different sounds of nature in here and just drive around. rainy day. Probably not the best thing to drive with, because I would fall asleep. This stereo is super high quality. I'm sure you guys could hear that. But like, you know, driving around in like, oh man, I keep doing that. But like driving around in like warmth in winter, this is just so nice. My wife loved it. I loved it. It's just kind of a cool feature that it has to kind of demonstrate the Sirius system and kind of relax you. This car is probably the most relaxed I've ever been driving a vehicle. I never thought I'd say that. You do have navigation here, which is really nice. I prefer to use the CarPlay system, which is wired or wireless, by the way. I think I forgot to mention that, because I just like the interface a lot better, and it's just works with your phone and easy to get. All right, let me show you one thing that has to do with the keys. I mean, this isn't a new feature from Hyundai. They've had it in their cars for several years now, but it's really neat because, you know, let's say, this does have remote start, by the way. Let's say you are in a parking lot and you parked in a puddle or something, or somebody parked, you know, really close next to you and you can't open your doors. All you got to do is press and hold on the key fob and keep holding, and the vehicle will drive forward to you until you release the key and it'll stop. Or if you want to back up, you just press and hold and it will do the same thing. Super convenient. This isn't a new feature. They've had it around for a few years, but absolutely cool and kind of a fun party trick to show your friends. Not sure how much I would use it, but still kind of cool. Show your friends. Let's go ahead and take this thing for a spin. I think about covered everything. There's so many features in this car. It's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and take the Palisade for a spin. Put it in the drive here. We're just going to be driving around in comfort mode today. Really like the shape of the steering wheel. It's super comfortable, and I like that you can hold it on the bottom there. It's comfortable on long drives to do that. It does have blind spot turn signal monitoring, which is really neat. You turn the turn signals on each side, and it pops up these little cameras on the bottom of each mirror that shows you the blind spot. I find that very convenient and very nice to have. Like I said before, this car is extremely comfortable, and even my wife, who sat over here for the majority of the time in the 16 hours I've spent in this car, says she is very comfortable. I mean, today we spent about 3 hours, on a road trip, and it's nice to get in and out of a car that doesn't require a chiropractic adjustment every time you get out of it. As you can see, this does have traffic sign recognition as well. It does a really good job of reading road signs. Also reads like directional signs as well, to tell you if like a curves are coming up or something like that. Just kind of nice to have some added features on the traffic sign recognition above the standard speed limit rating. This does have an auto stop start system as well. I don't find it to be overly intrusive or jerky or anything. It works really well. The gas pedal is linear, on throttle inputs. There's no real harsh jerks or hesitation or anything. It's just a smooth vehicle to drive. Its transmission is super smooth, and the engine delivers power super smooth, and really no complaints there. As we merge onto the freeway here, we do have that blind spot monitoring on the mirror and the blind spot assist camera in the gauge cluster, which is very nice and very useful when you're merging on some byways. Transmission is quick to downshift. There's not really a whole lot of power here. I think that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks about this vehicle. It's not slow, but it could use some extra horsepower, like 50 or so, to get around. Most people's not going to be really hustling this thing and I guess wanting for more power, but you know, when you actually need it, it does kind of feel a little sluggish. Put it in sport mode here. Just throw it into this corner. A lot of push from the front end. Like I said, a pretty decent amount of acceleration. It's really cool when you put it in sport mode. These seat bolsters come in and hug you on the side to keep you in your seat better, which is really, really cool. Put it back in comfort mode, and the seat bolsters will go back to their normal place. And even if you're driving around in like comfort or whatever, and you really get on it and need to be sporty, I guess, the seat bolsters will come in and the seat bottom will change. It's really cool. This is a good time to demonstrate the adaptive cruise control system. All you got to do is when you're on a highway, you know, just set your cruise control like normal. And this has Hyundai's highway driving assist system, which is really, really, really good. It will keep the vehicle in the center of your lane at all times. It even does lane changes as well. You just have to have your hand on the wheel, but we'll go ahead and do a lane change. By putting on your turn signal, it will look and then make the lane change for you. Really cool, shuts the blinker off and does a really good job on doing that. Now we'll go ahead and merge back over. It will look, make sure there's nothing there, make sure you keep your hand on the wheel. Make the lane change, turn the turn signal off, and put you right back in your lane. Really, really, really awesome. This is a really good system. It doesn't really ask you to keep your hands on the wheel very often at all. It actually kind of depends on how wavy the road is, but I mean, there's times where, you know, I've gone like 15 miles without any steering input. If you have anxiety while you drive, it definitely gives you a peace of mind to have this system in, and it's definitely a very good assist system. You can change your following distance as well by, you know, pressing this button here, and also deactivate the system, which leads me to these buttons on the steering wheel. They are so hard to see during the day. The silver with the sun shining on them, it is extremely hard to make out what these say on it. I wish it was a different color. They look nice, but they're not very legible in direct sunlight. Let's test out those paddle shifters. They're not the best paddle shifters. They're really not super responsive actually at all. But you know, they're there, I guess, if you want to use them. Guys, for $54,000, this is an absolute steal. You know, heated ventilated seats, first, second row, heated third row, which is crazy. It's got adequate amount of power. It gets relatively decent fuel economy for its size. The materials in here are well built. You get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Oh, man, that parking assist feature, that's just I mean, for $54,000, I mean, this is just an awesome deal. This car blew my expectations out of the water. And the several people that I've had in here, you know, they're like, this is a Hyundai? I was like, yeah, this is a Hyundai. They're really putting out an excellent product. It does have automatic high beams as well to help you see at night. This does have very good LED headlights as well. I don't find them to be too particularly offensive to other drivers as well, which is very nice. This also does have ambient lighting on the interior as well that is customizable within the infotainment system of what color you want. And it looks really, really sharp in here at night. Do a quick 0 to 60 test. Let's go ahead and put this in sport mode. Stop. floor it. Not too terribly bad, especially with the auto start stop intervening there with the 0 to 60 time. I wonder why they keep the engine start stop system activated in the sport mode. It's actually interesting, pretty funny. This road is just awful in terms of like road noise and quality of the road, and this vehicle handles it pretty well. This is all this chip and seal stuff where they just put, a bunch of rocks on some tar and call it a day. It's just a cheap way to fix the roads around this area. It's awful for your car when you have to clean tar out of your wheel wells and all over the side of your car, but I guess it's good for testing, just to see how quiet a interior is while I'm driving it. This is one press car I really don't want to give back. If I actually had the use for one of these, if I had a family or something, I would go out and buy one of these tomorrow. This is one of the best, I think, 3-row SUVs I've driven. Even compared to like the Highlander. What else is in this class? The Pathfinder. What else? The Traverse, I think, competes with something like this. This is just a excellent SUV for the money. Let's do a quick turning radius test here. This turns on a dime. This is awesome. This is all-wheel drive too as well. I forgot to mention that. It has the HTRAC all-wheel drive system, and I'm sure it'll work really nice in the winter. I always like Hyundais where they do the entrance and exit sounds. It's really welcoming, kind of cool. Doesn't get annoying. All right, guys, this is the 2024 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Paul's Place YT for some additional content and some behind the scenes. Let me know what you guys think of the 2024 Palisade. I think this is a winner in my book. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.